Okay, we're here at the Lancaster County Antique Center first. Hang on, let me show you. Oh. Wow, I can't even see a thing. What a lovely day out there. Oh my gosh. I just can't get over how miserable the past 2 or 3 weeks have been. It's just been so cloudy and rainy that it's really good to get out into one of these antique co-ops. There's just so much to look at here, and it's been a few months since I've been at this one. This particular one is actually a converted old Victorian house. It's really neat. So it's kind of like walking around somebody's home with little nooks and crannies and stuff. Lots of jewelry. And each little booth has their own owner, and they come in and help people find what they're looking for. If you're looking for a tea set, let's see what's in this showcase. This one always has a lot of really cool vintage toys. Didn't see too many in there. There's some good cast iron stuff on the bottom. Little teeny things, plenty, all kinds of stuff actually. You know, this is exactly what I would love to have in my house, like these little display units everywhere, just filled with all the little odds and ends that I picked up over the years. This is just like a wall of stuff. Let's see what's down here. Oh, here we go. Check that out. There's some old Lone Ranger stuff, some old trucks. I've been seeing a lot of games in this place recently. I don't know why. It seems like every once in a while you'll find something and you just see a million of them, like whether it's irons or in this case games. But they really have this place set up nice so you can see everything, and there's phones everywhere if you need a case opened or a question about something. I actually remember seeing those old adding machines in my school, like in the basement. Now, on the opposite wall to here, to these display cases, there's little alcoves. Ooh, an old book. What's this? What's this? Check it out. I looked at this. Oh, Sitting Bull, The Life of Sitting Bull, which is really, that's a good thing to add to my collection, but I want to look around a little bit more and see. I have a photo of him and everything. Ooh, magazines. Ooh. Now, there's also a lot of like old household goods and stuff that you find in all of these co ops. And it's just interesting. You can see how advertisements have changed over the years. Ooh, postcards. Maybe there's a magician in there. I always flip through quickly, but I hardly ever find what I'm looking for. But it's the thrill of the hunt. See these beer trays? They seem to be really popular in this section of Pennsylvania. I think it's because there's so many breweries around here. And people just collected them, especially in the 50s. I remember we had a Schaefer beer one when I was a kid. And every time I see one, I'm tempted just to buy it because that's what I would have my lunch on days I was home. Plenty of Tonka trucks. Look at those boxes. Oh, that's a problem. So many people throw out the boxes when they're kids, and if they would save them, oh, myself included. Here's those beer trays. They just came in all kinds of different shape sizes and with beautiful graphics on them. I never see a dog statue of Mr. Bean or Bosco. If I did, I'd buy it right away. Okay, now this guy usually has some cool old keys, but I don't see anything in there I don't have 100 of already. So, let's see. It's got some more hardware down there. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's like an Apple Core or something. Ointment. Ooh. There's always plenty to look at, and there's plenty of shelving units. And what I like to do is come back, at least once a month when I can and see all the new old stuff. Like there's this guy. Oh, they never had coins in here before. Check that out. Big Little Books. I have a couple of the Houdini ones. I really like that shadow. I'll show you that in a second. Just wanted to see what's in the back there. There's the shadow. Oh, look at that. But a little bit out of my range. And each individual case here has their own sale. Some are 10% off, some are 20% off. It depends on, the individual vendor. There's a man's man. And I like when cases have mirrors in the back because sometimes you can't see the price tag. And if it's reflected in the mirror, you don't have to bother somebody to open up the case. A lot of Coca-Cola stuff. I always like the old radios too. There's an old toaster. But see what I'm saying about the games again? My goodness. One of the stick telephones. I really want one of them too, just to have. A little bit of everything. Some big clogs. I wanted to see what that comic book was, but it wasn't what I thought. I always look any place where there's metal stuff or, military things like that, cannonballs. Sometimes I'll find a pair of handcuffs, but these are just horse bridles and bits. Although there's a lot of good Civil War stuff in here. I always like when vendors clearly label things as well so you can read them because you never know where it's going to end up in the display case. Oh, Star Wars. Oh, Phantom Menace. Ah, well. Yeah. I'll pass. Sorry, Jar Jar. Ooh, what's this? A little padlock? And nope, already got it. That looked medieval. Nope. It's weird because there's like Civil War stuff and Playboy. Always look through sheet music too because if there's a magician theme, I'll snag it. I have several already. I have one of Thurston's, and I have other ones that were written, songs that were written that were used by magicians in the early part of the 20th century. I have some of those. Always take a look. Never hurts. Sometimes you'll find 7 or 8 of the same one. Well, that's not sheet music. What's that doing in there? And I can pretty much flip through quickly because I know exactly what I'm looking for. I've been searching for this one particular piece of sheet music for years. It's called the Houdini Martin two-step, but I can't find it. Okay. I'm always tempted back here to buy one of these elbow locks, but I just haven't done it yet. This corner is really neat. This person has a lot of variety. And it seems like they'll have tools one time, and the next time there'll be, beautiful silver sets, silverware and things like that. And what do they have today? A little bit of everything. A lot of radios, too. Check out the toys. This one corner gets a bit of a glare. What are you going to do? Ooh, is that Pepe Le Pew up top? Oh, yes it is. Uh-oh, what's that? 20% off. See what I was saying about everybody having sales? Man, first thing I see is Marvel Pez dispensers. Still in the thing, but even with the discount, no, I don't think so. It would just be another thing taking up room in my one cabinet. I also look for things I can use in my shows too. Sometimes I'll find old costumes or whatever, or props. Ooh, that's a neat skull. Yeah, it's been here a while. This is like a drugstore out of the 1870s. It's just amazing the stuff that they've collected. Still all in the original packages too. Feel free to stop and zoom in on anything that, strikes your fancy. But look at this. It's like walking into the general store. And I saw a bunch of locks in their original packages up here, but nothing that I couldn't live without at this time. And you can see how the aisles are set up. Everything is spacious. There's plenty of room to get around even when there's a crowd in there. This happens to be a Monday morning and it's miserable out, so of course there's nobody else around. Here's some political stuff. Like I said, they have a little bit of everything in these co-ops, and there's always so much to see. What do we have here? Oh, some crockery. I'm sure your grandmother probably had one of them. I know mine had that same pattern on a couple of her things. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A carnival wheel. Ooh. What? Oh. Okay. Not bad shape. There's some Santa stuff. Every shelf has just got hundreds and hundreds of little items on it. I see Pinocchio on the bottom there. Some cool clothes, 70 stuff. Uh, what antique place is complete without at least one Elvis plate? Or an Elvis clock? Oh, yeah. That's why I came over here. I saw all the keys. There's a pair of handcuffs. These are beans, but I already have about 15 pairs of them. So unless the price is like really, really low, I won't get them. I'll let somebody else get them because I have so many of them. But I also look for like engravings and things like that. You know, if there's anything unusual about it, I'll snap them right up. And hey, you see what I mean about the price tags there? It's always good to know what's what. I always check the bookshelves because you never know when you might find a hidden gem, which has happened to me more than once. I can't even count how many times that's happened. So I always take a quick peek at any books on any shelves. Especially little pamphlets too. They're always cool. And every once in a while I'll find a little magic item in there. There we go. You can see how roomy this place is. It gives you a chance to stand back and really take everything in. Oop, lots of locks. Unfortunately, most of these railroad ones I already have, so I'm going to pass on them for right now. There was some old books. Oh, everyone needs a snowshoe. Ooh, tempting, but no, we'll pass. Now, I love Ben Franklin, and when I saw this, it really got me because he's wearing the beaver skin hat, which is probably from his time in Paris. And when you look at it closer and bring it back into frame, you'll see that it's a print, and it was probably taken from a book somewhere, so I was going to pass on that too. This is the one little corner. They have some really neat little instruments here, scientific stuff. Nope, check out the books. Can't quite make out the title. A happy couple. Aww. Alright, now you know what? I think it's time to go upstairs after we check out just a few more things in this one final case. But there is an upstairs. And here we go. Remember I told you it was like an old Victorian house? How cool is this? And the arrows show you which way to go. Now, this little alcove always has something interesting in it. And I like it because it's a little bit out of the way. More games, more games. Oop, old books. Nah, nothing really grabbing me. Look up. Look up. I'm telling myself to look up because there it is. Oh, wow. There's something that I don't have and never saw. The Harry Lorraine memory game. And for $10 plus a discount, can't pass that up. I'll be taking this with me, taking it right downstairs. Thank you, Santa. One quick look around before I head off into the other room. I mean, there's just stuff piled everywhere. You never know what you can find. You got to be very careful in this room because you don't want to knock in anything. There's a lot of salt, pepper shakers, and things like that. And there goes an airplane. Ooh, here we go. More magazines and sheet music. And books, anything in the books? No, nothing too crazy about. Let's see. I was interested in that art forgery book. Let's see, here we go. Let me get that out. And then, let's see, how much is this guy? Nope, a little too much. Okay. I always do a flip through here just to make sure that there's no magic stuff got in. Some of the coolest things in my collection I found in like miscellaneous bins like this. You know, you always want to check, especially the dates. There we go, more sheet music. And, oh, that's cool. A decanter. Just imagine how every single house used to have tons of sheet music for the piano or the guitar or whatever they would play in their parlor. And nothing. Old typewriter, that's always cool. And like I said, I'm seeing a wide variety of stuff, but so far only that game has stuck with me. Nothing on that wall. There it is. I'm so happy about the game. Yay! Now, it might look like a maze, but it's actually really easy to find your way around here, even without the yellow arrows on the floor. And up on this floor, they have an excellent framing place. I can't recommend it enough. Most of my collection has been framed here. And, you know, they have their hours posted. You can always stop in and check. Again, I'm checking out the book. Sorry it takes a little while, but I'm trying to read them all. You want to go this way. It sort of makes a big circle, loop-the-loop up on the upper floor here. A little painted chest. That's pretty cool. Pennsylvania Dutch thing, but that's more of a souvenir thing. More games. I've seen quite a few Elvis games here today. There's Pinocchio caught my eye right here. Let's see. Look at that. I thought that was a bank. Because, you know, Disney stuff is always hot. So I always take a good look around when I get to a new aisle, and just give it a wide view just to see what's there. And then you can move in. Who's that guy? Oh, nobody I know. A lot of phones in this place too. Oh, more games. And you really got to root around. There's stuff leaning against the back wall and everything. There's Pinocchio again. Okay, he's like, ooh, that's pretty cool looking. It's made out of like rubber, hard plastic, and right now I'm checking the price tag and finding out that it's a cookie jar and don't want to buy it for that price. Okay. Okay, now I know that there's a lot to see, and that's why this video is taking so long, but you really have to take your time when going through here. Look at that giant Superman poster. Oh, it's framed. Let's see, it's Superman #1. If it was Action #1, I would really think about it, because that looks like something you would see in Seinfeld's apartment or on, Big Bang Theory or something like that. And here we go with more games. Yeah, I'm really thinking about that Superman thing, but I think it's like $70. And, oh, I see something. Now, here we go. See this Dunninger mind reading game? Wow, 2 mind reading games in the same co-op. That's pretty rare. But I already have at least one of these, so I think I'll pass. But I'm checking out the other games anyway. And Superman's really calling to me, but I'm going to have to be strong. If it was Marvel, I'd really think about it. Like, I'm pulling out the Dunninger book. The Dunninger game. Oof. Yeah, closer look, I'm going to pass on it. That's a cute little piano. And check out the Slinky. Ooh, you know what? I should have looked in that box. What are you going to do? No, Superman. You are not coming home with me today. At least not today. One last look at him. Okay. Time to move on. There's some neat old cameras. That's a bag of toy soldiers I was looking at, but nah. Don't forget my game. That's really cool. Original box. A strange change toy. I'm going to take a closer look. Just put Harry down for a sec. And I'm looking in here and oof. An amazing mixture of things. We have toy cars, we have some more Disney stuff, some of the guys from Snow White there, and every little nook and cranny is filled. If I haven't told you before, this place is right on Route 272 in the Adamstown, Denver area. Antique capital of the East Coast is what they like to say. Look at the little Cabbage Patch dolls. I didn't even bother checking on them because they give me the creeps. So does Raggedy Ann and Andy. There's Humpty Dumpty. I think. This little corner up here always has all kinds of cool stuff too. Yeah, right now I'm on the upper floor. And just going to take another quick look around this corner. There's a lot of linens and a lot of household stuff up here. But every once in a while you'll find a neat little treasure. That reminds me, I'm getting kind of hungry. Oops, some Star Wars stuff. But it's newer, so we'll pass. Follow those yellow arrows again. Follow the yellow brick road. And this back showcase is just amazing. You could go looking through this thing for hours. But I'm specifically looking for just certain things for the collection. And since I didn't see any, I'll just show you guys what kind of variety they have there. Yeah, it's still miserable outside, even from the second floor. Again, sorry about the glare. Oh, there's all kinds of glassware here. And I have one more aisle to go on this top row here. But I just wanted to show you Alvin! Wow, Alvin and the Chipmunks. How cool is that? Oh, I used to have their record, the Christmas one, Chipmunk Punk, all of them. They're fantastic. Check this out. Okay, we got that creepy little doll looking at you, giving you the side eye. There's some household goods. I think because of just the population here in central Pennsylvania, you're going to find an awful lot of household items. Because that's what usually crops up at auctions. You know, they have like those huge families and stuff, and they got to feed them. There she is again. Ooh. Little printing press. I should get that because my printer's not working. And just a few more odds and ends. Alright, so I only have one more aisle to go on this upper floor. There's more linens, tons and tons of cookbooks. A lot of housewares up here. But you never know. I mean, they even have stuff hanging on the walls. Look at that. Isn't that something? And like I said, this would take you forever to go through piece by piece on video. So I'm just giving you a quick look around. Oh, Hardy Boy books. I had almost all of them when I was a kid. Actually, that's how I learned to read. And let's see what else we got up here. Oh, some more toys, some jump ropes and stuff. Bottles. Oh, there, that. Ugh. I never understood that stuff. That macaroni art thing. Ugh. It's like rubber and gives me the creeps. More books and more books and more books, and I looked through them and didn't find a single one for me. Plenty of games. We still have a little bit of Christmas items out. Look at Snoopy there sleeping. Isn't he adorable? More games again. I can't believe how many I've seen in this one place. It's just amazing. I know I said it about 5 million times already, but, you know, it just blows my mind. There's some old pencils and stuff. And here we go down the final hallway of the upstairs. Another one of those carnival wheels. They're just a bit too big for my house. I have too much other stuff. Some things in the original packages. That's really the coolest, especially the stuff from like, the 30s and 40s. Digging that lamp. And there's some more beer items. Okay, so I've come down the back staircase and now I'm back on the ground level. And there's a little corner here that always has all kinds of interesting things. Today there's a lot of old advertisements, it looks like. Some beer bottles, things of that nature. And then you just go through this little hallway around here and it circles around and brings you right back to this spot. So we have to go. Oh, more Hardy Boy books. Ooh, those are even older and they still have the dust jackets. Ooh, that's cool. I remember seeing a documentary about the person that wrote all those books. Pretty interesting. Alright, what's over here? Oh, this is, a lot of times there's police stuff over here, and I always look for handcuffs, but so far I've never found any pair that I don't already have. You can see the badges up top. And they're from all over the world, so it's pretty cool. Now this ground floor that I'm on, this half of it is just chock full of stuff. It's just amazing, the variety that they have. And I like saving this section for last because there's just so much to look at. I mean, look at that giant box of animal crackers. I mean, like I could probably use that in my show. You know what I mean? I always find something cool over here. And this showcase here always seems to have a pretty good variety of items and a lot of older stuff too. Here's some dolls. Once, a long time ago, I did find a little bunny rabbit coming out of a hat here, so I picked that up. So I even checked the little doll section, because you never know when you might find something cute and adorable for, your magic section. And even that weird looking one in the bottom corner there. All the little furniture and items like that. And they make use of all the space in here. And that big standing display in the center, that's not for sale. I already asked them. Now, besides all these mid-century knickknacks and stuff, there's also a lot of stuff for nerds like me. There's like some toys that are always in that corner. That's why I like coming down here last. More beer stuff, like I said. But this is the real corner here. Oh, I know there's a Captain Action in there. There's a little Lulu. Unfortunately, the only Mego that they have is a Robin, and I already have two of them. So I'm going to pass on that Robin today. But a lot of cereal premiums and teeny little toys that just take you right back to your childhood or your parents' childhood, depending on how old this stuff is. I mean, do you remember those little sand buckets? Actual metal. That's a good idea. I remember them rusting out at the beach. But it's just astonishing, the variety of things that you can find in the corners here. More doll furniture. There's a spinning top in the back. Some questionable items. I mean, they have everything in here from Pez to old Marks, soldiers, everything. Yep, there's a little bit of everything in this corner. Some not so good, but some pretty much good. There's Robin. He still has the original gloves, which is cool. And here's some other toys. It takes a while to take everything in because there's so much, and it's stuff behind stuff. Oh, Weeble's Treasure Island. Oh, remember that? Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Even the collectible glasses and the little Santa boots. I mean, there's just stuff everywhere. I'm trying to, hold the frame on these things so you guys can actually, look at everything. But it makes the videos a lot longer just because there's so much of it. I was just checking out that little Lulu in the bottom there. There we go. Plenty of vintage toys here. Look at the old trucks. I mean, it's just amazing that this stuff... where else can you see this stuff? You know what I mean? And actually have a chance to buy it. That's why I love living around here. And look at the old Mr. Potato Head stuff. Oh, Star Wars. Oh, look at that. Oh, an X-Wing with the box. I have one, but I don't have the box. No, any other Star Wars stuff? I think there might be. Let's look. Oh, some of those little teeny cars. That looks like the Space 1999 people back there. Oh, man. Oh, there's Star Wars. Here we go. Some still in the original packages. Some graded, it looks like. And no matter where you are, you can pick up a phone and they'll come and, take your stuff up front and wait for you, or open a cabinet, whatever you need. Look at that. Oh. Yeah, obviously I'm still looking at that Star Wars stuff. Here we go. Look at the Mr. Potato Head, Oscar, and they had all kinds of different names. Is that Aquaman in the back? Yeah. Yeah, there's toys from pretty much every decade that you can find in here. It's just amazing. I just wish that I had more room in my house to get some of this stuff, except the Santa. Oh boy, tons and tons of glasses. There's lots of glassware. I'm not really a big glassware fella, but there's people are into that. And I know that holiday, Christmas, Halloween, those decorations are always hot and always there's always a market for them. This is the final hallway. Just another swing around because I don't think there's a lot of kitchen stuff in here. A few tractors thrown in, but nothing really, strikes me here. But there's something for everyone. That's the important thing. It's all the variety. And this end unit here, every once in a while he'll have some Civil War stuff in there, but I think today it's mostly coins. And everything from jars to trinkets to corkscrews, just a little bit of everything. I always make sure to check the titles of the books, just in case. And in here somewhere is a stack of postcards. I went through each and every one of them before. Didn't find anything magical. Here's those coins I was talking about. Jewelry, different items. Yeah, so after looking at this last couple of showcases, I think it's time for me to just pay for my game and try again at another place. So thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next time. And with any luck, the weather will break soon and I'll be able to post some videos from some of the outside markets around here. But until then, I'm just going to hang in the insides and hope for the best.